YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey here as Watcher of Realms. We are back. This team that I'm about to go ahead and show you actually went 7, or is it 7 or is it 6? 6-0, right? So I just want to go ahead and showcase it. What does it look like? How do people attack it? And maybe you'll have the ability to go ahead and copy it yourself. So let's just go ahead and find it here. Here we go. All right, so this is going to be a Nightmare team variation. This is a little bit different than the standard Nightmare team that you go ahead and place all the way at the very back by the crystal. So let's go ahead and load this up. It's taking forever. This person went ahead and used axes, the Fool, healer, dogs, and then Maw, and we were able to tank it relatively easily. So let's go ahead and slow this down. So first things first, right? This is kind of the orientation of the team. There's one thing, right? Hotset is able to be hit by garnet guards, and then technically Ajax is able to as well, but that's why we have Ezra in here. That's our insurance policy, right? So they go ahead and drop Maw first, right? And this is kind of what happens. Wukong's going to go ahead and ult, Ajax goes ahead and ult, and then they're dropping the Fool. The whole purpose of them dropping the Fool is realistically speaking to keep Maw alive, but that's why Hotset's here, right? She's going ahead and kind of chipping away at the Fool's HP over time. Also, her autos are going to start bouncing to the healer as well, which is kind of like perfect for us because, right, we're doing damage to all these units. Wukong spawning up these clones here. Let's kind of speed this up. And right here, right, we're going to do another walkthrough of ults, and then Maw's gone. At this point, they've gone ahead and used so much cost, so much time to kind of deal with this threat. They just go ahead and quit, right? So let's go ahead and see what variation they do second. So we know that the team survives against Maw, which is really good. And then let's see here. Let's open this up. I believe they try to swarm it. Yep, they go ahead and try to swarm it this time. So 5, 4, 8, 6, 6. So decent in terms of like the actual levels of the units. So first things first, they're probably going to go ahead and drop the tank here. Or do they drop healer? Let's see. They drop healer. Okay. So their goal is to go ahead and bait the ults. Which it works, right? Then they drop their tank. And this is where Hotset is really going to shine, right? Hotset, these tanks aren't really that good when it comes to physical damage. So Hotset's job is realistically to shred this alongside Wukong. Which she and Wukong are both doing really effectively. Like right at this point, this tank is almost gone. And then Wukong's about to ult, and then Ajax is also about to ult, which is perfect because now they're in this little zone right here. Once Ajax ults, these rare tanks should pretty much get shredded. And see, they're basically dead at this point. Healer's gone as well, so this is honestly perfect. The only option they have left is to go ahead and drop double Necros or quit. They choose to quit. GG. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the other 4 people went ahead and did. And here we go. Personal. Tank these. Jesus. All right, here we go. So they go ahead and they try it with Maw and Bookkeepers, and then they use the epic tank with this physical damage. So let's see how they kind of do. They're probably just going to go ahead and drop, I would imagine, Maw first. They drop Maw first. Alright. So their main goal here is to go ahead and kill Torador. Now, is that likely to happen? No. Because here's what happens. Wukong goes ahead and triggers his ult. Starts kind of chunking him down. They don't have the Fool, which was a interesting choice. Because they're going to go ahead and wait for 10 costs, I'm assuming, so that they can drop the double Bookkeepers. Okay, and they don't even do that. They just drop a single Bookkeeper. And meanwhile, right, Maw is just getting absolutely shredded. So we're just tanking. Looking good. Also, here's one of the issues. They stagger their Bookkeepers, and everyone, just for like notice, right? When you stagger your Bookkeepers, you really put yourself in a dangerous position because they're not double hitting. So you're missing out on a huge chunk of damage. And Wukong, he's spawning up these clones, right? So they're going to target the clones every single time. And Torador stunning them. So it just wasn't a good plan of action, right? It was kind of, let me just place these down. Hopefully this works. Let's see if they drop the double tanks. Let's speed this up. They drop one set of tanks. Are they going to drop double? Okay, they kind of segment this, which is also kind of dangerous because, right, Hots is just free hitting them. Ajax is free hitting them. Wukong's free hitting them. By the time these tanks get over here, it's super likely, actually, that one of these tanks dies. So at this point, we have 2, 6 block, right? So they're going to start pushing over towards Wukong, but Hots is going to go ahead and ult, which is perfect. She does just that. And then they drop their dogs straight into Ajax ult. 3, 2, 1, Ajax ult. Gone. Right? Their other option was to go ahead and wait for the 10 cost, but by that point, realistically speaking, this unit would have died, right? So that's GG. Well played. Alright, the next one, I think they did a little bit of a different strategy. I think they used garnet guards. So realistically speaking, right, we've survived a really great deal of the different attacks that you can do against a Nightmare team. So I'm happy so far. Let's see here. This guy. So they go ahead and use garnet guards. Now actually, if I remember correctly, this one they got a little bit lucky, and you'll see it here. So the first thing that they go ahead and do is they go ahead and drop the healer first, right? The whole point of dropping the healer is to try to go ahead and bait these units, which is, that's fine, right? Here we go. Hots it. There we go. Now they go ahead and drop the garnet guards immediately, and this is what happens. They start to target the actual Wukong clone, and they get stunned up a little bit, and they get like the last second. Now I'm gonna kind of like slow this down really quickly here. Speed this up. Healer, double garnets. So this is where things get interesting, right? They target the clone. They're almost dead, right? They're getting chunked. And then Hotsit pops out of her stealth mode right about now. And they instantly snipe her. Last second, and then they die, right? So timing-wise, super unlucky in that sense. Torador just, all he needed was one more stun. One more stun is GG. So now we're going ahead and using Ajax, right? We're missing 1 point of DPS. So let's just see how this kind of plays out. Ajax ults, pretty much takes out the axes. Torador is super low though, right? Like insanely low. So what we have to worry about now is the Necro Swarm, which they start to build, and then double dogs. So what we need is Ajax and Wukong to kind of just deal with these Necros. And we're really close, right? Wukong's doing damage. Everything's doing pretty well. We need Ajax. And it's not happening, right? He's able to start swarming. Drops double dogs. And 2 of them are able to get through, right? 2 of them get through, and then that's GG. We win, but as far as I'm concerned, that's a loss. We needed more stuns, but we're really close. All right, and then I think there's 2 final attacks here, which kind of did well. Because he retries this, right? He retries the exact same thing. And this is just to showcase just how timing, like, oriented. And honestly, in my opinion, like, just how lucky he got whenever it comes to sniping Hotsit right whenever she got out of her stealth mode. All right, so here we go. Ajax ults. Let's slow this down, right? Auto fight in process. All right. He doesn't get the ability to hit her. Let's see if we can kind of slow this down again. Here we go. All right. So he goes ahead and drops the healer. Waits the 10 cost. Drops the double garnets. And here's what happens, right? They go ahead. They target the clone. They get stunned. And right there, right? They basically get knocked out before they're able to go and target Hotsit. So it's really just very finicky. And at this point, this is how the run should have gone the first time. He drops the axes, drops the second set of axes, but Hots is still alive, right? So Hots is just shredding them. Previously, he was able to go ahead and force Torador's passive. Doesn't work this time. Everything's GG at this point. Because even if he drops the double Necros, Hots is just going to hit them and bounce off of them and take out the entire swarm that's beginning to be built. So let's see if he tries to drop the double dogs. He tries to swarm it. He tries to kind of just clean it up. And there we go, right? Hots is starting to move over to them. Chunk them out. Ajax is going to ult. Pretty much take these out. He doesn't even have the ability to drop the double dogs because everything's gone. 6 cost, they get stuck on Wukong. GG. GG, GG. So honestly, that's how it should have gone the first time. He just got ridiculously lucky. Ridiculously lucky. It's insane. All right, and then this one, they try to go ahead and fly, which, if you're trying to fly it, I respect it. You know, I respect that. That's something that I would try to do. It really is. All right, so they go ahead. They try to fly. They proc all the ult. So this is kind of similar to how they use like the healer at the beginning for some of these other runs. But here's what happens, right? Hatsa with Torador passive has the ability to double hit. So she's just kind of shredding them, right? And there we go. And then finally, right? Super important. Wukong survives the double hits from the bookkeepers. He tanks it. He just eats it. And I'm pretty sure the person had the bookkeepers as the maxophil. So at that point, you quit, right? It's GG at that point. So anyways, just wanted to go ahead and showcase that defense. It went 6-0. In my opinion, it's a dirty 6-0, but 6-0. I'm going to go ahead and tweak some other things here because Torador needs to hit faster. He needs to hit faster. Anyways, see ya.